Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's my guy knows a guy on the NBA Betting Today live stream here on the SportX Insights YouTube channel. Coming off of a winning day yesterday, we won our bet with the Cleveland Cavaliers plus 7.5. It definitely wasn't easy. You cannot take the Philadelphia 76ers lightly. They're averaging 126 points per game since they acquired James Harden via trade. Just want to welcome everyone in and shout out to everyone that had time to watch yesterday, everyone that had time to interact with the video as well. We really appreciate it, and we're going to take everything one day at a time. Let's get right into the NBA schedule. Before we continue, just want to remind any viewer that's watching from outside the U.S., the promo offer for a free $50 bet-in-bet credits is still valid using the link in the video description below. Visit sportx.bet and enjoy the platform. Earn some crypto while you are betting on the games. Let's get back to it, everyone. Last night was crazy in the NBA. I'm going to share 3 picks today. All 3 of them are half-unit bets. And before we continue, hit the like button, help the video get at least 100 likes, and let's continue our mission to profit and attack the markets every single day. We're pretty close to the playoffs. You know, some teams are starting to become instant fades after halftime. The intentions are clear. Let's continue right now. Let me just type the notes of the 3 picks right here, and we'll continue. I spoiled one. All right, so my first pick today is a half-unit bet, and it comes in the matchup between the San Antonio Spurs and the Charlotte Hornets. This is a game that, you know, 2 teams that are in recent memory are sort of trending in different directions. The Charlotte Hornets have improved their offense since the All-Star break. They're coming off a really big win on the road against the Cleveland Cavaliers. They've seemingly fixed their offensive woes. You know, it was sputtering right before the All-Star break, especially from the 3-point line. And you know, a couple of their key players are starting to perform pretty well. But I think that last game against the Cleveland Cavaliers was more so about the Cavs suddenly thrusting Garland back into the lineup with a couple of new guards on the roster. You know, he was really destabilizing for the Cavs in that day. The Spurs, they had a really bad letdown spot against the Kings the other day. They lost at home. You know, this is a team that, in my opinion, if they get Lonnie Walker and Devin Vassell in tonight, particularly Lonnie Walker, who's averaging 20-plus points per game since the beginning of their rodeo road trip. You know, this is a team that I still think matches up well, especially with Jakob Poeltl on the interior against the Charlotte Hornets. DeJounte Murray, you know, I really believe that him and LaMelo Ball, while they do have opposing styles, I do think he has the tools to get the better of the matchup tonight. You know, it's going to come down to 3-point shooting as well. One important note in this game, the San Antonio Spurs are Greg Popovich is 1 win away from becoming the all-time wins leader in the regular season in NBA history. So there is a bit of motivation for this team today. They're 1 win away for getting a big one for Coach Popovich. They're not out of the play-in picture. It's still a hunt. When it comes to the intent of the organization, it's still not clear to me what direction the Spurs want to go in. But I did see glimmers of hope for them in the 4th quarter against the Kings. I did watch that game, and I think it's going to carry over to today. I think the offense gets back on track, and I think in particular the tandem of DeJounte Murray and Jakob Poeltl is going to get back on track today. So I placed a half-unit bet on the San Antonio Spurs -4. Oh, sorry, everyone. That's actually let me edit it. Sorry, it's +4. The San Antonio Spurs +4. I placed a half-unit bet on this game. I don't think it's going to be easy, but I think if we get the pace that the Spurs want to play at, that they will go blow for blow with the Hornets tonight, and I anticipate a crazy game here. The Hornets themselves, they're 2 games under 500. They're trying to get back to the level that they set for themselves at the beginning of the season, which may have been fool's gold, but they did address some issues on the roster. I just view some of their defensive personnel as a big minus in this game. I mean, they did sign Isaiah Thomas, but he gave them a bit of a punch off the bench in his debut. But what is he really going to provide on defense if he's coming off the bench and having to guard a player like Lonnie Walker, who is currently questionable, and I'm hoping to get in the game. But if he's Isaiah Thomas, certain players on the Hornets defense, they don't impress me defensively. And another thing, the Hornets haven't covered back-to-back games for quite some time. So they're going to have to prove it to me that they're going to get back on track. And I anticipate a wild game here. Another bet that I made comes from the same game, and it's actually a prop. It's a half unit bet on Jakob Poeltl over 10.5 rebounds. I just feel like he has a size. He's going to be a wrecking ball tonight against the Hornets as long as he stays out of foul trouble. I really think there's going to be a concerted effort between him and DeJounte Murray to play big minutes and big, not franchise minutes, but like they're going to have a concerted level, a high level of energy tonight, a high level of energy. And I just like the matchup for Jakob Poeltl today as well. He's coming off a game where he did go under, but it was a really sleepy spot for the entire team. They were on the road for an entire month. The San Antonio Spurs were on the road for the entire month of February, and they came back home. That was their first home game in a while. So, probably should have done a better job on analyzing the schedule in that previous matchup. But in today's game, I like Jakob Poeltl over 10.5 rebounds. I also placed a half unit on this bet. My next pick comes in the matchup between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Miami Heat. It's another prop. There's a lot of injury report madness on this game, so I can't say the odds will be what they are now later. They could get better and they could get worse. But this is a player that I like to play on his 3-point prop total when he is plus money and when he's coming off of bad shooting performances as well. It's Duncan Robinson. I'm taking him at over 2.5 threes at plus 110. I also placed a half unit on this bet. I know that the 76ers have exploded offensively, but key players for opposing teams in all 4 games that James Harden has played on the team have popped off from the 3-point line. And I just want to see them shore up defensively, especially on the second night of a back-to-back. I do think that this will maybe a competitive game if everyone plays, but I do think that this Duncan Robinson prop is one that can hit, win or lose in this particular game. So I'm going to take the over 2.5 threes at plus 110. There are some feared defenders on the perimeter. Matisse Thybulle is a very formidable defender. Tyrese Maxey, although he's miniature in stature, he's a formidable defender as well. But Duncan Robinson only attempted 3 threes in their last game, and I just feel like it's going to be a more high volume day for him. And I played the odds at over 2.5 threes at plus 110. So that's 3 bets for me today, all half unit bets. Make sure you guys get that $50 bet. I'll recap the picks right now. Make sure you guys get the $50 bet in the video description below. Free crypto airdrop of $50 if you're from outside the US. And hit like on the video. Help the video get as many likes as possible. Hit subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you're watching on Twitter, take a second to come to the YouTube app and subscribe to the channel. My 3 bets today are going to be the Spurs plus 4 for half a unit. I'm taking Jakob Poeltl over 10.5 rebounds for half a unit, and I'm taking Duncan Robinson over 2.5 threes made at plus 110 odds for another half unit. I wish everyone the best of luck. There are a couple of plays that I have circled for tomorrow to increase the bet size back to a full unit, 2 spots, depending on the injury reports, depending on the odds, and I wish everyone the best of luck. Stay positive, and I'll see you another time.